Hey, peace everyone, peace and blessings, peace and love. As you know, it's me, Conjure Queen, and today I want to talk about the tarot. More specifically, the death card. Right there. So, a lot of the times people get really scared when they see the death card come up in their readings. And as some of you may already know, I do tarot readings for other people. And whenever the death card comes up, a lot of the times people get really anxious and nervous and scared because they think that someone is about to die or maybe they're about to die. But I always have to give them some little bit of comfort to let them know, well, death doesn't literally always mean death. A lot of times it means transformation, evolution, growth, letting go of things that no longer serve you, letting go of this can mean, you releasing and letting go of a relationship that no longer is helping you grow and evolve, or you letting go of a bad habit you may have that no longer serves you, that stands in the way of you fulfilling your life's purpose. So the death card comes up a lot of times in readings, which I find is a good omen because it's always good to know that it's time for evolution, it's time for transformation, and it's time for growth. So let's get a little bit more into it. Now, death. With death comes rebirth. So whenever something is about to end, or when something or a cycle is coming to an end, usually there's something new coming into the picture. Okay, so just because the death card comes up, let's say in a if one of my clients say, hey, I wanna do a reading on my current relationship, and if the death card comes up, usually that would mean that that relationship is soon going to come to an end and it's not really going to last long. Nobody really likes to hear that, but the good thing about that is it reveals to the client that this relationship, the client shouldn't put too much time and energy in that relationship, knowing that it's going to end. So it's always better to know ahead of time what when a relationship is worth investing in and when a relationship is just not worth it. Sometimes people come into our life to teach us a lesson, to give us a message, but that's it. Just because people come in your life don't mean that they're going to stay. They come, they make their presence known, they teach you the lesson that you're supposed to know, and then they go their way. Maybe that person is not meant for you. Maybe, that person's meant for somebody else and you're meant for somebody else. But that person had to come into your life in order to teach you that lesson so that you can meet the next person that's ideally meant for you. So the end of that relationship could be the beginning or a spark of a new one. Now, I'm not encouraging that you hop from relationship to relationship because, it's always good to take some time out to heal and to recover, emotionally from the previous relationship. But definitely, whenever the death card comes up, it pretty much tells you that there's an aspect in your life that you should look into. Is there something that you're holding on to that no longer needs to be in your life? And as spiritual beings, we know what's good for us and what's not good for us. But it's that human ego that doesn't want to let go. Perfect example, a lot of the times people stay in relationships because they feel like they've invested so much time and energy with this person. They'd be damned if they just let that person go and somebody else reap the rewards of all that hard work and effort that they put in. But that's a really selfish way to look at things. And, sad to say, this is how a lot of people in society think. They'd rather stay in a very toxic relationship, a dead-end relationship, because they don't want to let that person go and they don't want somebody else to find that person. They'll rather stay in that relationship and be miserable than to let that person go so that they could find somebody that's better suited for them. And then by you letting them go, you're allowing space within your universe to open up so that somebody can come to you. So it works both ways. By you letting them go, you're releasing them so that the universe can bless you with something or someone even better. So you got to look at things from that point of view. So don't be afraid to transform, don't be afraid to let go. In this society, we've been conditioned to fear death, to try to avoid the inevitable. But change is always constant. Things are always changing. The seasons change, you name it. We're in a cycle, day and night, the season, summer, winter, spring, fall. It's a cycle. Nothing is linear. That's just how life works. And, if we analyze life and we try to compare it to ourselves, we realize that if we want to be in alignment with nature, we have to start revolving our lives the way nature does, to always be changing, to not stay stagnant, to keep growing. And in order to grow, you're going to have to come along some rocky roads and bumps along the hill, but that's just part of the process. Nobody said life will be easy, but you signed up for this. You knew what you was getting yourself into. You knew what you was getting yourself into when you made that contract to come down here to Earth. Because you chose to come here. This wasn't by accident. You know your destiny. You decided your destiny. You decided what time you was going to come, who your parents were going to be. You decided all of that before you manifested into this physical body. Best believe that. So, death is a part of life. Death is pretty much life. When a spirit leaves this world, a new one, it makes room for a new one to come in. That's just the cycle of life. And we need to start actually embracing death and rebirth instead of trying to neglect it, avoid it, and not really talk about it, because it's just natural. The ancestors, the ancients, they actually celebrated funerals or deaths. They were in grieving because they knew that that specific person, that entity, that spirit has evolved and transcended to another level, another realm, another dimension. And that's what life is all about. It's about fulfilling your life's purpose here, remembering why you came here, fulfilling your destiny, and then leaving this planet and going to a higher state of consciousness or a different place. The goal is to break out of the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. It's about breaking out of that cycle. And that's what we're here for. We're here to break out of that cycle. But that's pretty much it about the death concept with the tarot card. You can always look up more about death and rebirth and transformation. Always be open to transforming. When you shut down and you start becoming stagnant, doing the same things over and over again, not allowing yourself to grow and learn and evolve, that's when negative things start happening to you. That's when the universe actually starts throwing pain and suffering into your life in order for you to realize, like, hey, it's like the universe trying to get your attention, like, hey, hello, like, you need to let go now. It's time to move on. There's better things ahead waiting for you. But sometimes the human ego doesn't want to let go. It thinks that this is the best thing that there is, and no matter how painful it is, no matter how hard the relationship might be, you don't want to let go. But it's okay to let go. It takes strength and courage to let go. But once you do, you'll feel good about yourself, and then you'll be able to look back and say, I can't believe I was stuck up on that. I can't believe I didn't want to let go of that. And it makes you stronger. And you'll learn to value yourself more. You'll learn to appreciate the hard times that you went through once you stand on that mountaintop, and you'll be triumphant. So yeah, just learn, study more, you know, a lot of times people are afraid of things because they don't understand it. But study more about death and transformation. Read up on the Death Tarot card and watch how much you'll learn, and your whole outlook on death and transformation and rebirth will be completely different. I guarantee you that. So guys, that's all for now. As far as on the death concept, feel free to leave comments, if you like the video, feel free to like. If you have any suggestions or topics you want to talk about, I'm always open to discussion. So that's all for now. Peace and love, everybody, and until next time, take care. Peace.